Everyone appreciates a good boss who really works hard and tries to motivate his or her employees. And many of us possibly wish we could replace or maybe just merely improve our current boss. I've had the privilege of watching a really good boss over 7 seasons at Dunder Mifflin Scranton on the sitcom The Office. And Michael Scott is a great boss because he always finds ways to motivate his employees, and he has a unique relationship with each employee. Michael Scott always strived to keep office morale high. He would organize different activities. One of the first ones we see is a basketball game between his office workers and the warehouse workers. And the loser of the game would have to come in and work on the weekend. And his office workers sure didn't like that. And they ended up losing, but he waived the penalty because he could. He ended up one time hitting an employee with his car, and he broke her pelvis. And so, in her honor, he set up a fun run for the cure, in short, to honor her and to possibly find a cure for rabies at that time. One time, when he felt office morale was so low, he set up a roast in his honor in which anybody could come and say anything they wanted about him. And he ended up taking over the entire party, but the whole office had a good time. But I think the ultimate idea for motivating his employees he ever had is the Dundies. Michael Scott, and I think the idea is every year he has an award show for his employees. And he hands out awards such as Hottest in the Office, which always goes to Ryan. Or Spicy Curry Award, which went to Kelly, the Indian girl. Or he had Bushiest Beaver, which Phyllis won. Or Don't Go In There After Me Award, which Kevin won. And his theory is it makes everybody feel a lot better that they get a trophy and an award that they can go home and show their neighbors and be proud of. And so Michael really cares about the morale of his office and how his employees feel. As he seeks to keep his employees happy, he developed a relationship with each one of them. And one of the most notable ones is Toby. And Michael and Toby don't necessarily get along. Toward the end, they do. They come to some sort of an agreement-ish. But Michael has this pure passion toward the human relations department. And it's a negative energy that he gives off. But it comes off to the audience as hilarious. Alex was nice enough to supply him with a quote I'm going to share with you. Michael is quoted as saying, "If I were in a room with Hitler, Osama bin Laden, and Toby Flenderson, who's the HR person, and I had a gun with 2 bullets, I would shoot Toby twice." And so Michael definitely has a special relationship with Toby. Another important character is Daryl. And Daryl's the warehouse manager, and he happens to be African American. And so Michael will always go to him if he needs advice on how to handle or how to get street cred per se, or how to handle gang relationships if he thinks he's in danger. Another important character is Dwight, and Michael really helps Dwight, or Dwight is really loyal to Michael as his right-hand man, and so Michael takes advantage of that and uses that loyalty to enhance the office sales and how the business runs. But he also takes advantage of it in ways. One time, Dwight tried to get Michael's job, and so he went to Michael's boss and talked to her about it. And when he came back, Michael asked him where he was, and so he said he was at the dentist. And Michael asked what his dentist's name was, and he said, Crentist. And Michael said, "Wow, that's really interesting that your dentist's name is Crentist. Sounds a lot like dentist." And he offered him some M&Ms, but Dwight didn't want them because he had just had his teeth worked on. So Michael said, "Let me see the fillings that you got." And so Dwight opened his mouth, and Michael stared deep into his mouth to make sure that he got fillings, but he didn't have any. And so Michael caught him in his lie and told him to be more loyal to him. But at the end of each workday, we all want a boss like Michael. And Michael really cared about his employees. I hope we can all someday experience having a boss like Michael Scott, who truly does deserve a Best Boss Ever mug.